Why Muslim teachers?
Is it true that you sack teachers? Here?
I have sacked teachers. I did not qualify them. I sacked the teachers. Let it go viral. That I'm saying, as the principal, as long as I'm here, we will even try to do this every year, not even every 2 years or 3 years.
International. But if you also feel like you've been abused as a Muslim, you have all right to exercise your feeling. International.
But are the Ustadis our employees? They are not our employees. They are not our employees. They are employees. They are our teachers. They belong to our staff, teaching staff. But we are not their employers. We are not the we didn't employ them. They are employed by the ministry. So if we are not seeing them to be some people that are any more required here, we can only write to the regional office and return them to be redeployed somewhere else. But that is not termination.
VM International.
Ya tulo lipa ikaka sali.
Iko mol kana sali school or
VM International.
Vice principal nata numa katandia la ko ite sali la jang ka lipa ta moto fakala nekta ya muta ka saba ko miatina abe salika.
And you were accused that you slapped the student.
There is nobody on this earth that is perfect. There is nobody on this earth that is perfect. More banding was caring for Allah.
VM International.
The ones on the Gambia will not, because they are liars. They told a lie, and they cannot come up and dispute their lies or correct their lies. Then, where did they get the 10 from? And that the principal and the vice principal were seen beating the students while they were praying, when the principal was not even on the ground. I don't like that. That's ill will. That's stupid and misleading way of getting what you want to getting the school down. It has nothing to do with them. And I insist that I want people to know that this exercise of terminating teachers doesn't have anything, absolutely anything, to do with anything that happened before, other than performance and workload. Other than performance and workload. This has nothing to do with anything. Period.
VM International. Also, whatever view you have in your mind, it will be important if you can educate us through our comment section. For those of you who were sacked and you feel that what the principal is saying, it's incorrect, please, you are highly welcome.
VM International.
Always like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notification bell only on YouTube. Don't forget to like our Facebook page, VM Voice. Good day, everyone watching us live on VM International TV, and of course, you are watching the VM News on VM International TV. Once again, my name is VM Trawale, popularly known as VM International to the world. And of course, today we have come to one of the schools. We are all aware that this school was having a very big issue in the previous time. Some of this issue will be discussed with the school principal. And of course, the school principal also going to tell us, because we received some of the allegation. We were told 10 teachers were allegedly sacked. Immediately, they finally closed the school. Of course, the school name is Rivier. And of course, we are going to discuss in details how and why some of these teachers were sacked. And the reason why it become a controversial issue, it's because the religion aspect is being attacked on this allegation that 10 Muslim teachers, including the RIK department, was also sacked. So we want to know the reason why they were sacked by the principal. But before we go into the details, we are going to invite the school principal here to introduce himself, to tell us who he is and what is his role here in the school, and then how did he actually administrate the school. It will be important. Please try by all means and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and also try and turn the notification bell. In that case, you will be notified whenever we publish a video. if you don't turn your notification bell, you might not receive the information. And if that happened, you might lose chances of watching interesting and educative information like this. So, sir, welcome to the VM News.
Thank you very much, Mr. Trawley. I'm David M.S. Gomez. I have over 30 years of school administrative service, and I am on my 8th year after retirement. And immediately I finished handing over from my school where I retired, the high school where I retired. I was brought here immediately, not even one day I rested.
Here is where, please?
This is Anne-Marie Rivier Basic Cycle School in Kitty. And I have been performing here, and my performance or my responsibility here has always been, and I've always told my teachers, is to direct, monitor, and support activities that will bring in dividend to the school. Direct, monitor, direct, and guide the principles that will bring us dividend in the school. That is for both the teachers and the students, and of course the nation and the Ministry of Basic and Secondary School in general. So that is what I'm here for, and I have been known. Well, people who know me will tell you that my goal is, my watchdog is discipline and performance. Discipline and performance. Discipline is number one in performance.
Discipline?
Well, discipline, because discipline, everything that is successful hinges on discipline.
Okay.
Tell me anything that is successful hinges on discipline.
So discipline comes first.
Discipline comes first,
and
then
performance.
And
why performance here now?
Performance is to get yourself successful in what your responsibility also is. If I am to monitor and direct my appointees or my subjects so that they can also interact with the students and ensure that they reach their potentials with discipline.
Okay.
Because if you don't interact with them, then you're not a teacher. You can't ensure that they perform, they improve, they progress when you don't have interaction with them.
With the teachers and the students?
The students, and I mean the teachers. I'm talking about the teachers with the students. A teacher, I've always told my teachers that a teacher is who is always with your children. A teacher without children is not a teacher. And you cannot claim to impact on the children if you don't interact with them.
Wow.
And the schedule that you have is what guides you to interact with them. You have your timetable
to interact with them.
Okay. You have the school timetable to tell you when to come to school and when to close.
Yeah.
And then on the day-to-day basis, you have your schedule to interact with the children in the class or outside the class.
That's right. So we received an information from some of your teachers, I mean Muslim teachers. We were told that you sacked them. And some of this sacking has been linked on the previous issues that really happened in your school here between a Muslim student and, of course, the teachers here in the school. Can you tell us the reason why you sack 10 Muslim teachers here in the school?
Well, if I have to say a reason, there are reasons. If I have to say a reason, because over the years, and at least over 1 year, I have been monitoring and directing, supervising, and aiding, supporting the teachers in their performance. If for years or for at least a whole year, you have not performed according to what you should be performing, I think there are many reasons to say you could be laid off.
So is it?
Let me hasten to say this. Let me hasten to say this. First of all, I want to say this categorically, that if any teacher, whether you are one of those that were sacked or not, if you think this termination of service of these teachers has something to do with anything other than their performance, you are lying and you're misleading. It has nothing, and I emphasize, nothing to do with this. Performance and your schedule. Your performance and your workload. Your performance and your workload. I repeat, it has to do with their performance and their workloads. Period.
Is it true that you sack teachers? Here?
I have sacked teachers, but it is untrue.
How many teachers?
That's what I'm coming to. It is untrue and malicious, ill will intentions for anybody. And it's out of ignorance that anybody can say, let me first of all say that, out of ignorance, I said that to my report to my teachers. That is, it can only be out of ignorance that anybody can say that we terminated the service of the ustazis. Who are we to serve? You, if you're sensible, you will not take that serious. Even the regional office, when they read that, they should to call them and tell them that it is not true. You are not sacked. You sack somebody you've employed. You can sack your employee. You can terminate the service of your employee. But are the ustazis our employees? They are not our employees. They are not our employees. They are employees. They are our teachers. They belong to our staff, teaching staff. But we are not their employers. We are not we didn't employ them. They are employed by the ministry. Or let's say to come down to the region, they are employed by the regional office and posted to the school to interact with the Muslim teachers in Islamic studies. So if we are not seeing them to be some people that are any more required here, we can only write to the regional office and return them to be redeployed somewhere else. But that is not terminating. And if you want, I can show you a letter that those two are written true. They are just giving copies. They are not addressed to. It is their employer that is addressed to, telling him that after or following the review and evaluation of the performance of the teachers in the school, it has been seen that these teachers are not will not be required, will not be needed on the staff in the next academic year. This 2024-25 academic year.
Okay, but you know, before we have religious conflict in the school between the sisters and the students that are Muslim here, and all suddenly we were told 10 teachers, Muslim teachers, were sacked, and a lot of people were like, okay, so this school, they don't like the Muslims, they don't like the teachers, and as a result, they have sacked them. What is your message to the people that are thinking that it's as a result of religious conflict? Because a lot of people are thinking that you people are supporting the Christians and abandoning the Muslims in the school, and this has affected people's mentality both directly or indirectly. So what message do you have for the general public, more so the parents that are still thinking and wondering if they should bring their kids in the school for the next academic year?
Let me say this. It's certainly unfortunate and very much misleading. And I want to tell the parents or anybody listening to me that I expect anybody to be level-headed. This school was instituted or was established in 2006. That's 18 years ago. And we have had ustazis. We've returned ustazis when we don't need them. And we have done this exercise. In fact, the last exercise before this one, I want to let you know, the last exercise before this one, we terminated 8 teachers. Among them 4 4 Christians, some of whom are our own relatives. We had to terminate them because of performance. So this is not the first time this is happening. If this is not the first time this is happening, and the last one before this one, we terminated 8, and no Ustaz was among them. 8 teachers were terminated. So 9 teachers.
And they were all Christians.
9 teachers. 4 were Christians, 5 were Muslims. We terminated them, and these Christians, and some of them, as I said, are our own relatives. But we terminated them because of performance and workload. I have the Ustazis are 6 here. To start with, we had 4. And the upper basic school out there, 1 teacher is required there. And Ustaz Gite has been there. He loved it, and some other teacher, CRE teacher or IRK teacher was sent here. He drew him to his side and gave him all the periods. And he's teaching only 6 periods. Only 6 periods he's teaching. Only 6 periods. He's teaching only 6 periods, which is really underutilization. And secondly, I will tell you, if Ustaz sits there, I will tell him, he knows this. Only 6 periods. Don't tell me that because we don't pay them, we shouldn't care. No, that is not the issue. He's teaching only 6 periods. And out there we have 24 periods, and that is a good load for a teacher. Some people are teaching, he's here, some people are teaching 30 periods. He's here. 33. Some people have that periods in those periods in the school year. And secondly, he has been even honored by me locally as a senior teacher, locally, to help me with the monitoring of the ustaz teachers. And he's an imam. Well, I think he's an imam because he says it, and I want to believe so, because I cannot verify that. He's always out for naming ceremonies, he's out for marriage ceremonies, he's out for burials, he's out for some other things. And for Friday, he comes and signs. In the next 30 minutes, he's already signed out, and he goes because he claims he's an imam. And we have all that, we let go all that. One ustaza was on study leave, and we had to bring somebody to help. How was the one that was on leave? We had to bring somebody to take his place, or to relieve her. And 2 teachers were sent, one after the other. I had to write to send to return the one. We chose the one that we preferred to stay, and I had to write to return the other one. So that's, we were left here like that, and Ustaz Gite was still left with that privilege of teaching only 6 periods, and the other teacher that is added to him there when it was not necessary, teaching the rest of the period. Now, when Ustaz our came back, the teacher was not recalled. The Ustaz was not recalled. So we are 6 here, and we need only 4 for the school. And we did that review and performance evaluation. Then we came to see that on that side, we need only 4 ustazis. And we have a responsibility to choose 2 out of the 6 to move out. And we have to weigh them. That again is reviewing and assessing. Reviewing, assessing their performance and their workloads. You see, reviewing their performance and workload. So, for him, he has already got that, but there 6 period only, and he's normally out for because he's very much engaged as a ustaz. That's one. So he is actually one. Then the Hawa, sorry, it's not our Mariama Fofana. Mariama Fofana also has not been punctual. He has some punctuality and regularity problem. And secondly, which is the most important, he doesn't understand English. I don't know why she was posted here.
But he doesn't.
We are a basic psycho school, and we here, he will tell you, from grade 1 to grade 9, our medium of instruction in classroom teaching is English. But Mariama has no English.
She can't speak
She
English.
can't speak English. I think she's better in the Daras. So, because we need 2 to be out, and we are left with 4 out of the 6 that are here on the ground, we therefore got her as the second one. So, it is this Usa Jite and Mariama Fofana that were sent. No, not sacked.
Okay.
We can sack them. We can sack them. We don't sack them.
But
Because
you know
we didn't,
they
we
use the
didn't
word
appoint
sack.
them.
Yeah.
No, we didn't appoint them, so we cannot sack them. We wrote to the regional director to say, following the review and the assessment of performance and work schedule of teachers, we would like to inform you that these teachers would not be needed for next academic year. And then we thank you for all the support that you have been rendering to the school. And that letter is addressed to the regional director. And because it affects them, they have to have a copy of that. We copied them, but we did not write, we did not address any letter to them. We addressed the letter to the regional director. And that is the rules. That's the rule. I'm a seasoned school administrator and I know what to do. So I wrote to the regional director where they were posted to the school from where they were posted to the school here, and told him that, and then copied them for their information. So if they see it to be sacking, they don't understand. It's ignorance. We can't sack somebody that you don't employ. But we terminated the performance or the appointments of other teachers. So if that finishes the Ustazis, if that is okay with the Ustazis, then I can move to the other teachers that we actually employ, who are our employees.
Currently.
And yes, and as employers, we have a responsibility, we have a right to terminate them in the proper order and give them all the proper use according to the rules or the FI and so on.
Okay.
These are, yes.
So now, finally, before we go to some of the teachers that you already brought in, can you tell us a little bit background how the Muslim students and then the Christians also mingle here in the school, especially when it comes to the prayer times?
Mr. Trawale, as I tell you, I think it is just ill will. He is here as my witness. We have, according to our schedule here, according to our program in the school, we have what we call Friday morals, Friday morals, and we have Friday morals. Sometimes a joint one, sometimes is not separate.
So you say Friday moral. What does Friday morals?
We have first lesson of the day on Fridays. First lesson of the day on Fridays.
Islamic way or Christian way?
Both ways. That's why I'm saying in fact, most of the time is joint. We have an issue that we feel is an issue that is common. Yes, like for example, religious tolerance. For example, that is a common topic. So we choose religious tolerance, for example, as a topic for that day, and we have it a joint. We have all of them together
at the assembly ground.
At the assembly, and the Ustaz will also have a part to play to address, and as well as any Christian will also have a part to address. That is because that crosses across. That crosses across. Now the other issues that an example of one that is not joint, it could be like if you want to talk about Ash Wednesday, for example, what Tobaski is. What is Tobaski? What is Tobaski, for example? And then we say, what is Ash Wednesday? The day that, yes, the beginning of Lent. What begins Lent? So if we have things like that, then we have the gathering separate. We have the gathering separate, and then the Muslims will address what is Tobaski, and then the Christians also will also gather and say what is Easter. And when we have an assembly on Mondays, every Monday we have an assembly. This is different from the Friday morals. That is Friday morals. That's Friday lesson.
So Friday morals has to do with values of religious.
Yes. And another thing, not only religious, but educational values and so on. Then on Fridays, again, we are here until 3:30. 3:30, and it's also institutional on our timetable that by 1:30 we have on the timetable. They all go out to the nearby mosque here to pray, then come back and continue their lessons until 3:30. We saw that to be is an important congregational prayer Fridays, and that we allow that to happen. And all of them will go and pray wherever you want to go and pray.
School.
There's mosque nearby here, and there's a mosque also outside here. Yes, so we have that on the timetable.
That every Friday students
Yes.
must go out,
Yes.
especially the Muslim, to go and pray.
Yeah, and their teachers go and pray and come back.
Is it teachers or students?
Students and the teachers.
Yes, they both go out.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll go along with them and pray and come back and then continue with lessons until 3:30 and they close. Okay. Apart from that, on Mondays, every Monday, we have an assembly. That one is general assembly for information that we have to dish out to them. We pray and begin the week with prayers, and then we make announcements on anything that we need to explain to them or to dish out to them. And before we begin, we have Muslim students to come out and pray and lead the prayers in the Muslim way. Then Christian students will also come out and lead the prayers in the Christian way. We make provision. In our staff meetings, anywhere that we meet, he's here. We pray. We have somebody to lead the Christian prayers, and then you have somebody to lead the Muslim prayers. That has been very, 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 very welcome and accommodated here. We have never known this issue of religious conflict
In the school.
in the school. That has never been hinted to. But
So now,
I-
what changed? What really changed? What brought the issue of
No. As I said to you, I don't want to deal with that here. That one has, for me,
Yeah,
it is resolved.
it's
And
gone.
because I have never accommodated anything like, because I wasn't even on the ground. The first 2 days that this happened, I came on Wednesday when when it was resolved. The first day I came on Wednesday, I had meetings with my senior staff, and then I have of course consultations with some other teachers, including the ustazis, and I also have some consultations with some students.
So you were not on the ground on
No,
that
I
day?
wasn't. The first 2 days, I wasn't here. I wasn't here myself.
But how do you feel when you heard of the conflict between students and, of course, the sisters?
No,
I'm just-
I told you that I don't want to get into this because I was really insulted, and I shouldn't have been insulted. And you've read that I was in Nyomi when at night I saw that write-up on this. It still was from the Gambia, saying that the principal and the vice principal were seen beating the students while they were praying, when the principal was not even on the ground. I don't like that. That's ill will. That's stupid and misleading way of getting what you want to getting the school down. Who saw me and the vice principal beating the students when I was not even here for the first 2 days? But that went viral. You think I will be happy with that? I have nerves. That's why I don't want to talk about things like this. I did what I can do, and things have resided. I don't want to talk about things like that. And I have said that that doesn't have anything. Please, if you want to talk about this teachers termination, let's talk about that. I don't have anything to do with that anymore.
Okay. So what plans do you have for Muslim teachers in next academic year?
Why Muslim teachers? No, I don't like that. In fact, in the first place, let me tell you what is written there. That is, we sacked 10 Muslim teachers.
That you sacked 10.
That is just terrible. Can you imagine that? Why do we have 10 Muslim teachers on the ground? Sorry, we sacked 10 of them. Why don't you just say 10 teachers? Why Muslim teachers? Because they happen to be all Muslims. When I sacked 8 at once in the previous exercise, why didn't it go in the media? Why didn't it go in the media? This time around, they made a false and very, very abominable lies against the school, saying there we start 10, when it is only half of that. And then Muslim teachers. Why Muslim? Why qualify to be Muslim teachers? Why qualify to be Muslim teachers? They are my teachers. I did not qualify them. I sacked the teachers.
Not the
But I,
Muslim teachers.
not Muslim teachers. I see them to be my teachers. So why should somebody give a wrong picture, a negative picture for that matter?
Could
And
it be your
augmented-
teachers giving information to some of these journalists or maybe media personnel?
Whatever the case, you conclude. I cannot say no or yes. But I know, if they have not got anything from somebody, and they wrote that, I think they had better consult themselves. Because they can die at any time. You say things that are wrong, you can die for them. I say things that are correct, I can die for them. That's what I mean. So if they get the information from anybody, well, one of my teachers, well, they allowed it because it is not authentic. It's not from the correct source. You allow somebody who is aggrieved to give you information, and then you take a seat away. One side of the coin. You are digging your own grave. For me, as a CC school administrator, and a qualified and graduate for that matter, I won't do things out of the way. I will not do things out of the system. I won't do things out of the law. I know all people, not only teachers, employed, they have their appointment letters, which will always include that you can terminate your service, you the employee, and give your employer 1 month notice, or else pay the 1 month's salary. Your employer can also terminate you, the employee, and give you 1 month notice, or pay you a salary and then you go, or you serve that notice and you get your salary and you go. And all of those ones that are terminated don't have anything to do with the USAS, because I don't have anything to do with the USAS. I'm not talking about their salaries, but those that are terminated by the school, by their employer. The school is their employer, and they have the right to terminate them. They have a cause to terminate them. I don't have to explain that cause to you. They know. Let them come and sit with me and say, I want to let me go somewhere else, and Ombudsman is there. If they believe themselves, let them go to Ombudsman and challenge us there. Let them go to Ombudsman. I have terminated them, and I explained to them why they are terminated, and they are going to, at the end of this month, that is today, their appointment ends, and they are going to have August salary. What is wrong with that? Tell me, thoroughly, what is wrong with that? We have got people, he is here, he can tell you, people who terminated their services duly, and of course they served the notice, and we paid them, and they go. They went. You have some that did not terminate. They just left, and the school lost. And that is not going to the media. That will not go to the media. Teachers who would just leave, take your salary, and then write and say, I'm leaving. Or would even go without writing. Judge is here. That judge that was in the primary school in grade 6, who is now with this man.
Master Koli?
Master Koli. Mm-hmm. He never wrote a resignation letter. So you see, and those things would not go up. Those things would not go up with you, the media people.
So do you think that they are fighting you directly or indirectly just because they don't like the school or because of the rules here in the school? Maybe this could be one of the reasons why they are also trying to inform the media personnel on the ground to tell them exactly this is happening. But in my role, I decided to come here to meet you in person for the sake of the parents and for the interest of those that will find this interview interesting, for them to know exactly what to do next.
Those people have the ill will for the children, because the school is the children. Let me tell you this. Mm-hmm. These buildings, when they are built and the school, the enrollment has not started, can you call them a school? Call it a school? Mm-mm. School is the children, and they are the most important commodities in any learning institution, the children. So if you joke with your performance, you're joking with their lives. And I will not sit here and see that happen. Anybody that knows me will tell you about that. I don't joke with your performance. You joke with performance, you're joking with the children. And that's why they are the reasons why you're paid a salary. You got to come here and be sleeping, and then be paid a salary, and the children will losing. I will not allow that. I will not allow any teacher that comes here to eat on the job. You've got to perform, because the children are in your hands. If they are not interacting with you for them to gain, then you must go at the end. The students must interact with you to gain. If you're not with them, how will they gain? Mm-hmm. And that is one of the things. So if anybody says that there is rules here that will stop them from being here, resign and go. You stay with me and perform, or you leave. The conditions here are for us to perform. And there's no condition here that is not anywhere, if that's where is to be serious. You are not performing, I terminate you. As I said, if you feel you're unduly terminated, there are laws. Go and report. And then I will answer. Ombudsman is here. Go to Ombudsman. But they are telling you this. What I let them know that Mr. Gomez, they know very well, has been very, very lenient, has been very, very accommodating. I like my teachers. I want them to perform. Sometimes I even teach them. I even show them how to do things so that they can perform with the children. I like that. That's my job. I'm a seasoned teacher. I perform in the primary school as a leader, perform in the upper basic school as a teacher and leader, and I perform in the senior secondary school as a teacher and a leader. Mm-hmm. I retired from the senior secondary school, and then I came here. So I know my job, and I know the rules. I know the rules. There's nothing that those in the regional office and the minister of department can tell me that I don't know. So when I perform, when I act, Mr. Gomez will die for that. Okay. Because I know it is correct.
Did you regret anything?
Certainly. Yeah. I have. In the way that I explained to you, you will know that I have no regret. Because they can only regret. They are the only ones that can only regret. Because they will tell you, each and every one of them, if they are honest, they will tell you that Mr. Gomez has done a lot with me.
They are honest.
Yes, if they are honest, they will tell you that I have done a lot to bring them up, to grow in the profession. But if they are refusing and the children are losing, I will not leave them. Nobody will get that from me. I do all I can to support you, to grow in your profession, and therefore that results will impact on the children. I do that. None of them will tell you that. You call them and talk to him. What do you feel about your principal? Has he been supporting you? Some of them will even think, because the system here, we have a system that we have divided all the teaching staff into groups, and each senior teacher, including the principal, will be responsible for that group, to be monitoring them, supporting them, their rights, their lesson notes, and so on. They are registered onto, if they are class masters, you are responsible to see them, to be checking on their performance, and they also to be consulting with you and then looking for support and help so that they can perform better. Most of those that have always been in my team will always want to remain in my team, because they like to gain. I thoroughly will deal with you, will work with you to improve you.
If you are ready.
But then, if you're not ready then, and the children are losing, it's a trouble. No, I will have to spare you sooner or later. That is it. And nothing else. Nothing else.
Okay. What message do you have for the parents currently that might be having doubt, this school, they don't like the Muslims, they like conflict against religious. Probably these are some of the parents that want to bring their kids here, but now they are having two minds. What message will you put across to them before they bring their kids here in the school?
Well, Mr. Trawale, I can tell them that unless they are new here, but if they are not new here, I think all of them can bear witness to the liberal atmosphere in the school. I will have it very, very hot with any student who jokes with your religion, and even the Usasi will tell you. Your performance in the IRK, you dodge IRK, I have very, very nasty position with you. Because I want them to realize that if they are Muslims, they must practice their Muslim religion. If they are Christians, they must practice their Muslim religion. And I'm here for all of them. And whenever I speak to them, I said, I am speaking to you on behalf of your parents. I'm a parent, and I'm a provincial parent, and I know your parents are paying a lot of money. Some of them, not that they are rich. They are paying, they are struggling to make sure that they maintain you here because they know this school is good for you, and also they also realize that you are also trying to do well, and therefore they can go all out to pay the fees that are expensive here. So I will not look at you and you joke here. You play in the street. You come and play here. You close school, you play at home. You play at home. When are you going to work? And then at the end of the day, your parents will be disappointed and cry. I said, not here. Ask the students themselves. I am your parent here, and I will not accept you coming and wasting your time here when your parents are really paying a lot for you. I've always said that to them. So parents, please, I know you know, but I just have to tell you from the bottom of my heart that there is nothing that you should fear in getting your children here. Here, every child is catered for and taken care of. That is our slogan. Work. First of all, pray. No, don't forget about God.
Yeah.
Work hard. Be disciplined. And success is
yours.
So you know that. So you know our motto.
Yeah, I have been reading anyway.
Well, this is it. And that is it.
Yeah.
This school is a school of excellence. And let them tell me, from the inception of the school, at least since I took over 8 years ago, our results have never been challenged. Well, for this region, I'm saying it even nationally. Whether we have aggregate 6 or not, our results will never be challenged. Year before last, we had aggregate 6, 2 aggregate 6. The first one has all 9s 1. The second one has a 2 in French. Last year we didn't have aggregate 6, but then for me that result last year was the best.
Why?
Because from 7 to 19, all our aggregates are from 7 to 19. Only 2 people got 20 and 21.
Wow.
Notice the least aggregate that we scored here last year was 21.
So instead of 6, you had 7 aggregates.
Yes, we had the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, and the up to 19. And the worst one was 21. And in fact, it's only one, and then the second worst was 20, aggregate 20. And I challenged those that we are talking blah 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 before we got our results. Mansakoli was one of them. I challenged them. I put my results on the page. Let them display their page on the social media. Let them display their general results. That's the challenge that I put to them. Display your general results on the social media, and then you'll see. You may have aggregate 6, yes, but then you may have 10 failures. And for me, candidates 90 plus, was it 92 or 93? Yeah, almost. Yes. And only 2 have 20 and 21.
And what is the magic behind that?
Hard work. We have a standard. We have a standard that is higher than the YX standard. Good foundation. And then when you get to grade 8, from grade 8 to grade 9, by the time that they sit to the mock exams that we have for them, to the YX standard. So that when they get to WAEC exams, it is certainly not going to be very, very, very challenging. Our standard here is higher than the WAEC standard. So when they get to standard, is what you should do. Don't teach your children just to pass.
So finally, before we go, you told us that you were far away when the conflict happened here in the school, and you were accused that you slapped the student. A lot of things were said. So now that we are about to conclude this interview, do you think people should apologize you, or should you apologize the incidents that really happened here in the school?
Mr. Tawali, I told you from the onset that I don't want to talk to you, but I have not talked to you about the 5 teachers.
I know.
I terminated the appointment of 5 teachers. And it was said 10.
Yeah. Instead of 10.
Instead of 5 is 10.
10. Yeah.
That has to be noted very, very well, that it is malicious and ill wishes against the school. And I don't like that. And nobody should like it. Why are they talking about that? Now they know, some of them have known. And why are they not coming up? The worst on the Gambia will not, because they are liars. They told a lie, and they cannot come up and dispute their lies, or correct their lies. 10, where did they get the 10 from? Mr. Dumbuya, Trawali. Where did they get the 10 from? 5 of my employees were terminated and giving all their dues. They were terminated effective at the end of this month, and they are serving August, and they got their August salary. What is wrong with that? Don't I have the responsibility to terminate you if I fine you one thing? You also have the responsibility to terminate your appointment, and I can't question you. So if I terminate you and I give you your notice, you due notice to receive your salary, why should I have a question? That is what I want to ask people.
So they never display in your presence when they were leaving?
Display? What kind of display?
I mean, the time you give them the letter that now you might not be needed here, they did not inform, they did not tell you, oh, what have we done, this and that.
Why should they ask me that?
It's just a question.
In fact, they will not ask me that. They will not ask me, because why should they ask me? They will not ask me, and they should not ask me. Because I have a responsibility to terminate them. Just equally, they have a responsibility to terminate. If they terminate me, will I stop them? No. Give me your letter for termination, and I take it and it is resignation. You resign and say, I want to resign from my job effectively this end of this month, and then I will serve notice next month. Beautiful. I don't have to ask you anything. So if I equally, as an employee or as an employer, terminate them, do they have the guts to ask me? Why should they ask me? I don't have to. I may tell you, but in fact the letter is very explicit. The letter is very explicit. The letter is very explicit. And for some of them, as I said, if they are honest, they will know that the principal actually has been working with them to make them really perform, and they have not been paying heed. As if today, once they are employed here, it is forever until when they want to leave. It is not going to be that anymore. And I'm telling you this, let it go viral. That I'm saying, as the principal, as long as I'm here, we will even try to do this every year, not even every 2 years or 3 years.
Every year?
Every year. Because some of them are here, but they know. They will get a letter. We have letters that we prepare for everybody, commending you, but at the same time, telling you honestly that there is room for improvement. We have those letters. They will go to the staff. We have those letters. They will go to the staff. This is me, Mr. Trawali. This is me, Mr. David Gomez. They call me capital D. That is discipline.
Capital D.
If I do not commend you, I do not support you, I will not throw it on you. I will never tread on you. Sometimes I even beg them. He's here. He can be a witness. I even beg them. Why should I do that? I do because, why? Do you know why?
No.
No, you should, because of the children. But not because of you. I won't beg you to perform well so that the children gain. I beg you because I want the children to gain. But if I do that and I fail, I don't think, as if you can think you can take me for a ride, and you continue to have the children lose. Mr. Dumbia, tell me.
It's Mr. Traore.
Traore, sorry.
Don't worry.
Tell me. You have your schedule. Okay?
Yeah.
You have your schedule for teaching. Your teaching load. You have your timetable. The principal will be going around on the routine check-up and so on, or the senior teachers. And I get to 6A. And during that time, there's nobody in the class. Why is the teacher? He's not in yet. And the teacher is nowhere to be found. We call the teacher. Sometimes the teacher will refuse to because he or she knows what he's done. The teacher will answer and he's from outside. In other words, you'll be performing here, and you have some performance outside. And you cannot certainly be here and be anywhere else at the same time. You're not God. So we are losing here. You come here and then give us the false impression that you are full-time here, when in actual fact you engage in another school. Mr. Traore, I'm a very, very, very seasoned teacher, and I'm very observant. But I'm very sympathetic.
Capital D, thank
It's
you
not
so much.
It's not all that should be said.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't want these people to have anything. I just want them, I'll challenge them to go to Ombudsman. If they feel they are wrongly terminated, let them go to Ombudsman. Or let them go to GTU, head office. I spoke to the regional director and I explained the case of this Ustazi. He doesn't have anything to say. It's very normal. And of course, for the other teachers that are terminated, he cannot challenge me. He cannot question that. We have a school, and this is a completely private school. That is one thing that people have to realize. Not to forget. This is a completely private school. No butu that is being spent here on the school, on the children, on anything here, on the staff payment that comes from anywhere else other than from the proprietors. So it's a completely private school.
Name?
And owned by religious sisters. Let's not lose sight of that. So it's not anything that you think you want to happen that can happen here. You are employed here, then you feel comfortable, you sit and think you can be receiving a salary when you're not performing. It will not happen here anymore. If some people have enjoyed that, it is finished now. Performance here is what I want. And I've told them that many times. I will talk and talk, even to the point of begging them. If I now take the assessment, review of performance, and assessment of teachers' performance, and I come to terms with, okay, this one has to go, and we look for somebody else, don't I have the right to do that? Who should question me doing that? Who should question me doing that? I have a responsibility. That's my responsibility. If I fail, if I don't do that, then I'm also failing. And I don't want to fail. I'm not trained to fail. I'm not born to fail. From the time that my father taught me and I went to school, I went through school and then graduated from school and then graduated from college and university. I don't want to fail. I was brought there, as I told you, I retired from a senior secondary school. And I did not even rest one single day. I finished handing over there. The following day, I came here to take because they want me here to help. And as I came here, it has since been then that we have our performance going up. When I came here, they had never got aggregate 6. And we've got aggregate 6 3 times now. And the results, as they are coming up now, the Gabeka results are getting better and better. Yeah. And I feel that I am being successful in trying to get these teachers perform. But those that are not prepared to perform, and I decided they should go, I have a right to do that. Nobody should question about that. And I don't like this. I don't like the way that it is even happening. Because I know we have laid off 8, as I said, and those ones were all our employees. 8 of them. They exercised before this one. 8. And some of them were Muslims, Christians, and our relatives. But because we saw that they have to go, we terminated all of them. And why was that not questioned? Why this one? Why this one? You link it on something that is nonsense. It has nothing to do with them. And I insist that I want people to know that this exercise of terminating teachers doesn't have anything, absolutely anything, to do with anything that happened before, other than performance and workload. Other than performance and workload. This has nothing to do with anything. Only performance and workload. Period.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gomez. He said many people call him capital D. That means discipline, right? Just to let you know, we came to the school ground here. My team and I came here because we wanted to find out the first-hand information because some of these teachers that were sacked, they also called me on the ground to tell me we were sacked and it was unlawful. So I told them I would try my best to come to the school ground to investigate and to hear from the right sources. And that's exactly what I did. And when I came, the first person that I wanted to talk to was the head of the school of Anna Rivier. Now that I'm here, and I think you all are all ears to hear the information exactly what comes from him. And we're aware that he said he does not absolutely sack 10 Muslim teachers. Rather, he sacked 5 teachers and not Muslim or a Christians. They are teachers and they should be considered as a teachers, not Muslim teachers or Christian teachers. So this is a message that he is trying to put across, and I think it's important for us to also think about it positively, and also whatever view you have in your mind, it will be important if you can educate us through our comment section. For those of you who were sacked and you feel that what the principal is saying, it's incorrect, please, you are highly welcome. The floor will be open for you to come and clear yourself. But again, if you do not have the opportunity to come here, he challenged you to go to the ombudsman, to go and lodge your complaint there. And if they feel like, if the ombudsman feel like your termination was unlawful, they will find a better way to bring you back in the school if you still wish to maintain to be in the school. But if you also feel like you've been abused as a Muslim, you have all right to exercise your feeling and you have right to express it anywhere, any point. But if the case is not about you being a Muslim, but your performance, then the audience will judge and they will also pay attention to it. So, beautiful viewers out there, I will appreciate if you can share this video for the sake of the public, for the sake of the stakeholders, for the sake of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Institutions in the Gambia, and for the sake of the head of state in the Gambia, because we could remember when Mahdi got an issue with the sisters here, it went viral. In fact, the whole country, including the Islamic institution, Christian institutions, they were all concerned and wanted to know what is the root cause. We did our best. We went to Mahdi's house, had an interview with him, and of course with his mother, and they also expressed their feeling to the greater world. And now that we are here, it's not about the past issues, according to what the principals really explain. So on that note, we will appreciate each and everyone watching us, and I will not do justice if I don't tell you, please, if you are watching us live on Facebook or on TikTok or anywhere on social media, I will advise you to go on YouTube and watch our full video for you to have a better understanding. And also, if you get there, try by all means and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And also, try and turn the notification bell. In that case, you will be notified whenever we publish a video. If you don't turn your notification bell, you might not receive the information. And if that happened, you might lose chances of watching interesting and educative information like this. So finally, before we go, what is your final message to the people, starting from the students, your teachers, to everybody that is watching this video? What is your final message before we say goodbye?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Trawale. My final message is very, very clear, that I'm a man of action, I'm a man of productivity, a man of performance. And you are my friend, you have discipline and performance. Be you a student under me, or be you a teacher under me, even be you my boss, is discipline and performance that I ask for. And I want parents to support me to get their children work according to that. I have always told them that this school is for them, and whatever they want, let me know, and I will support it. I want parents to know that when they have their children here, they will not lose. I want to say that boldly. No parents will have your child here and the child loses. And they can be witnesses. They are my only witnesses. Otherwise, then they would keep their children here. They are paying a lot of money here. And that is what sometimes pains me when I see a child who is trying to joke with his education in the school. I won't take it. I will tell you that I am your parent here. I know what it means to your parents when he's prepared to spend all these monies here. He's told us you can also reciprocate that and work hard with discipline. And discipline is number one. Discipline will get you lose anything on this earth. Indiscipline, I mean. Indiscipline can get you lose anything on this earth. But with discipline, you can get anything that you don't expect to get. And in the school, education itself, acquiring education itself, is discipline. It entails discipline. You've got to bear. You've got to tolerate. You've got to associate. And when you associate, certainly, you cannot get all the things that you want to see, that you want to hear. That's tolerance. So education itself, acquiring education itself, means discipline. When you do that now, and you have the impetus behind you, that is the support from your parents, for example, and the support from your children, you have that force, that impetus, that positive force to support you, then you gain. But discipline, number one. Lack of discipline can get the children sent out of classes. When the teacher gets disgusted with your indiscipline in the class, the teacher may exclude you from the class. And discipline can get you suspended from school. Because these are the rules.
Indiscipline, I mean.
Indiscipline. Indiscipline can cause you suspension. Indiscipline can even cause you dismissal from the school through the proper channel. You can be dismissed from the school because of indiscipline. Indiscipline can cause you to lose the support that your parents are giving you from home, and then it can affect you. If you're so much indiscipline at home, and then your mother or your father or your parents, let's say, inflicts some punishment on you, like depriving you of your lunch, that happens, or deprive you of your fares, and you live here. Sometimes they give you fare, or they will transport you and say, we are not going to do that now. We're not going to give you that privilege. They see some privileges from you as a punishment that affects your education. So in any way, in any case, anywhere that you have indiscipline, it can only cost you something that you will lack gaining. You will not gain. You will losing. Indiscipline can get you lose. Discipline can get you gain. unexpectedly. So let us get our children to behave well.
Either in
At
school or
home,
outside.
yes, at home and the school, anywhere. It can always get them gaining. But indiscipline can get them losing. And I don't want them to come here and lose. Parents, please support this idea of getting your children supported, but let them know that they must show you utmost discipline. They must show you respect. They must reciprocate your effort that you're making to pay for them here so that they stay here and study. Children must reciprocate that. Parents are dying in paying for them. So what do they have to do? They only have to come here and study. That is what they are charged with. And the parents, if they are not paying fees, then it's the parents, not them. And some of the parents are very, very cognizant about that. They've seen that some of their children here are doing very well. They are studying hard. They are very committed to their studies. And therefore, even if they don't have, they go out to make sure that they get the fees to pay so that they stay here. But if you bring in discipline now, your parents may be called. You are suspended. You are fighting. Wait. No. And especially when you know that fighting, according to our rules, attracts suspension. Whether it's going to be 1 day or 2 days or 1 week, that certainly is setting you aback. Suspension, even if it's just 1 day, it sets you aback. It's not setting you forward. So discipline number one is my watchword, priority. Right. So parents, please help with discipline. And I can promise you that when your children are here, they are safe. And we can guarantee every best for them.
By the grace of God.
Yeah, by the grace of God. And one thing that I also want to leave with the parents with is that, and for everybody for that matter, there is nobody on this earth that is perfect. There is nobody on this earth that is perfect. No banding was caring for Allah. Nobody is perfect. We falter here and there.
You said
that doesn't, yes. Unless we falter here and there. And therefore, we must see these to be natural things that happen. And that is why sometimes they know. They seem to go on top of my head, because sometimes I forgive too easily and too much. So they take things for granted. But I can be nasty, and I've always told them that. I'm very sympathetic, but I can be nasty.
Chapter D.
When I get to the elastic limit, I can be nasty. And I can regret it, but then I won't regret it in the sense that I would have really looked at myself to be really justified in taking that nasty action. My children are my number one priority. You joke with them by your performance, by your lack of performance, you are joking with yourself. And a day will come where I'll part with you, because I cannot sacrifice them. I will sacrifice you and then get somebody else to help me to get the children up. Please, let's work for the children. Parents, teachers, administrators, everybody, even their colleagues themselves, the students themselves, let them work towards getting each other, supporting each other for excellence.
Thank you. Beautiful audience, I think we have had that, and I think it's also important for us to get that clearly from the head of school, the principal, Mr. D, popularly known as Mr. Gomez. One of the reasons they call him Mr. D is discipline. So I know that from him. But again, it's important we discipline ourselves, whether we are Muslims, Christians, or non-Muslims or non-Christians. As long as you are human and you are blessed with 5 common senses, learn to discipline yourself. And in that aspect, you will have the opportunity to enjoy the little that comes on your way, either from the people or from the natural resources that is from God, or either from anything, either directly or indirectly. Discipline is the way forward. Again, some people might be saying, VM, you did not ask proper questions, but we just came here not to fight. We did not come here to create problem, but rather we came to investigate, to find out what is happening, and to bring the news to your doorsteps, and you know what that means. It means hard work. It means taking your time to come out here. It means doing everything just for you people. So we will appreciate if you can equally appreciate what we are doing, because at the end of the day, there is no one paying us for our services. But I personally believe that this, whatever we're doing, will be rewarded by the Almighty Allah. And inshallah Rabbi, those who are working silently on the ground, God is seeing them through. And one day, inshallah Rabbi, God will reward them and even bring them to the light. So keep working and don't watch in the eyes of the people. I will use this medium to thank my cameraman here, Ibrahim Keita. Of course, he's the man behind the camera. He's the one that has been facilitating everything for me to be here, because sometimes I have a lot of works to do, but with people like them, they support me on the ground to investigate, to bring the right people so that the general public can also benefit. And of course, Ibrahim Keita is not only helping me. If you want to do photo shots, or maybe you have an event, ceremonies, weddings, you name it, and you need a cameraman, and you want someone to take your photos for you to remember it in the future or to reflect on, please call me +220-369-9555. Ibis Imagery is available and he is doing it very cheap. And we want him to come and then do every services for you. But once you are interacting with him and you realize that his work is not professional, please let me know, because we are here to expose those who are not doing good to the right people. So I would also like to thank Sekou Balde. He's also a young star who also came here to support me along my journey. It simply means that I am not alone. Whatever I am doing, I have God first, and I have the good people that choose to be with me, and I choose to be with them. So what brought us together is unity, love, and of course, the work, the ethics of the work. So on that note, we are going to use this medium to also thank Mr. Gomez for joining us on this interview, because we know it's not easy to take a bold movement, especially when people are against you, for you to come out and clarify one or two things against you. But he has done all his best to also express himself, and we must thank him on that aspect. So, sir, thank you for joining VM News. May Allah reward you and continue to bless the school. And for those who are also having a negative mind, please put this at the back of your mind, that if you have any issue, or maybe you also want to express yourself, especially you are among those teachers that were sacked and you want to come and justify yourself, the door is open. You are highly welcome. But if you have nothing to say, fine, so be it. So on this note, may Allah rain more peace wherever we are, and may Allah bless our viewers, because they make us keep us going. So we thank you for watching. Thanks for watching, and please do not forget to share this video, and don't also forget to also comment below the video. And again, follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and try and watch our full video on YouTube. And again, try and subscribe and turn the notification bell. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and turn the notification bell. It's for your own good and it's for your own interest. So on that note, bye-bye for now. Till we come on your way, I said au revoir. Bye-bye.
Dunia be ala lamoy alia follow from Facebook to YouTube.
Always like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notification bell only on YouTube. Don't forget to like our Facebook page, VM International.